Welcome to Dicejunkies, and this is Random Encounters, episode 16, Retro Wibbly Wobbly. I'm here with
Coop,
Damien,
and I'm Xenodamus. I hope you enjoy. Alright, let's get started. We rolled the die to see who gets to roll first before the show, and Damien won that roll, so what do you want, black or white? There you go.
I like black.
Alright.
I wouldn't believe it from knowing you.
And 3 YouTubers that are not us.
This is where we do the opposite of throwing salt. We show respect to the other YouTubers we like out there.
Really? I didn't think this was a respect.
Oh, we're throwing salt on other YouTubers. All right, I'm sorry. Take all that back. This is where we hate on YouTubers that
I'm
are
not saying we have
us.
to hate either. I'm just saying, YouTubers that are not us. We were just having a talk about a YouTuber. Damien was bitching about...
Why I gotta be bitching about him?
Well, because you were. What was it, Oxhorn?
Yep.
And his Mass Effect...
Apparently he didn't respect your Mass Effect game.
I know.
Well, the point of fact was that he's never played 1, 2, or 3, and then he's going to play Andromeda and then complain because he has to talk to everybody, and that's all he ever does. And I
Bioware
can't.
game with a lot of dialogue, you say?
I just couldn't grasp the concept because we know you can step off your ship and get shot in the face.
Yeah.
All I saw you two do was fight. Y'all just rolled around. This dude running over people like that's the only way to negotiate with alien species.
Driving over people's fun.
It is. I like hitting them square on and watch them fly.
Yeah.
I like that, but But anyway,
Yeah.
So but the point from my argument was that he has all these followers, he has all these subscribers that are listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just going to be like, oh, well, if all I'm going to get to do is talk, I'm not
really, there's no action in Mass Effect 3
know.
and Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. The YouTubers' reviews I've seen on Mass Effect have not been the experience that I got on the most part anyway. But, and that's sort of why we do our own reviews here. And I think...
Well, also, Bioware, unfortunately, like Bethesda, set a high standard that, sometimes you'll see a game that is good, but it isn't BioWare good, is what people think. Mm-hmm. And like you guys didn't like Elder Scrolls Online, and I loved it, but I know that Bethesda has such a high expectation. I went in and I hate MMOs, so I liked it because I already had a low expectation of any MMO, no matter who did it.
Yeah.
But other YouTubers, let me get out my favorite. Matt Pat, Game Theorist. I am a big Game Theorist guy. Mm-hmm. I love all his theories because they're the same theories I came up with. I know we're two peas and a crazy ass pod. And and then, Angry Joe, Markiplier, Lord Minion. But at the top, I'm always on top of my game theories.
Well, and is there anybody you actually want to bring up, being that I threw you under the bus on that one? And he's over here praising people, and I was like, bam!
well, I wasn't exactly putting down on Oxford. I just didn't care for how that was done.
Yeah.
Man, my favorite YouTubers, they don't really change. Beagle Rush, Gopher, Oxhorn. Those are some of my favorites,
He got knocked down to third place, though, huh?
He's always been third place. Nobody can top Beagle Rush, and Gopher is just.
I'll have to check out Beagle Rush.
He does a lot of XCOM.
Oh, okay.
And nobody plays XCOM like he does. That's just I set out to try to get close. No, he's the master of X. That's why they put him in XCOM 2.
They put him in XCOM 2?
He has.
Oh, well, mad props. That's awesome.
He has a hero class
class
in XCOM 2.
Now, that's when you're a badass, when you pop up. I don't think they'll ever put me in the next fucking Tekken. I don't think you'll see GJQ on there.
That's just in case anybody thinks I'm just kissing Beagle Rush's ass. No, he has a hero class.
Well, you're a big XCOM fan as well. So.
And I don't play as well as he does.
Yeah.
And I'm good, but, All right, your turn there, Maestro.
You know me.
You don't watch shit.
I don't. Yeah. Like, okay, so I don't watch a lot of gamers and stuff on YouTube. I don't like to watch people playing games. I want to play games. Now, if I watch anything, I watch news stuff, or I'll watch trailers. It's mostly stuff from the big, like the actual publishers. I'll catch up stuff.
So you're not subscribed to anybody?
I mean, I've subscribed to Philip DeFranco. I like his news commentary.
Y'all show me his stuff.
But it's not a gamer thing, And then other than that, I don't think I'm actually subscribed
what about
to
Cash
any
Me Outside Girl?
YouTubers.
I thought you were following that pretty good.
Don't even bring that bullshit up. That's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
Reaction.
I ain't that type of guy. But nah, Philip DeFranco, I watch his stuff, and then other than that, I pretty much just watch. I did get a recent hair up my ass there. I was watching Irish people eat American food and stuff like that because it was funny.
That shit was funny.
Facts was the name of the YouTube channel. But yeah, no. But as far as YouTubers go, there's not like a personality other than Philip DeFranco that I think I actually watch because, I watch this channel called Dicejunkies.
I believe it says not us. All right. Let's move on. And we've got two.
This is a low roll.
Oh my God! That's what we were just talking about on a.
Well, this is prequels.
Perception check.
This is not reboots.
I'm sorry,
prequels.
You're right. Prequels. My literacy comes and goes.
Yeah. Well, 2 used to be reboots. We already wrote
That's what it was. Yeah,
we replaced it with prequels.
You guys go because I'll wait.
Well, I mean,
I got strong opinions.
I don't hate prequels. I mean, it's one of those things where I've seen them done right, I've seen them done wrong.
Star Wars.
That was done
too
wrong.
Easy.
Well, since you're Star Wars it up,
I'll let you
Go
do
ahead
Star
and,
Wars.
Boy, he just loves to point that finger at
I
me
do.
and go ahead. Man, prequels, my opinion is pretty much like yours. If it's done right, it's okay. If not, then no. But there are some of them that you have to ask, is there a need for a prequel?
Well, and that is a good question. I mean,
and I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't recall a good prequel that I've seen.
I'm trying to think of a good prequel. That's sort of why I pushed it off you because I was like, I know I've seen a good prequel, but I'm like,
The Hobbit?
they
did that movie odd enough after Lord of the Rings, which I still thought was unusual, but I guess it worked.
But they did it horribly because they decided to drag it on for 3 freaking.
Well, I've only
movies.
seen the good one, the first one. I didn't mess with anything after the first one.
I thought the first one was drug out too long, though. It was like there was only about a third of it was an actual movie. The rest of it was fucking scenery and then people walking.
They took a lot of liberty with that.
Yeah,
True.
I love the Lord of the Rings. No.
I loved The Hobbit as a cartoon. I loved The Hobbit as a book. I did not like the Hobbit
Unexpected
movie.
joke.
I did not like how they did it.
I own the Lord of the Rings extended editions. I freaking love that.
Yep.
Love that series. I could not get into The Hobbit though. I still haven't watched.
It could have been one movie. I was going to say 2, but no, it could have been one movie.
If they would have done it as one movie, it would have been fine.
Yeah, I mean it was a little bitty book.
Comparatively, yeah. I mean, you stack up the 3 Lord of the Ring book, you put the Hobbit book next to it, and somebody said, we can make the same amount of movies out of this.
Yeah.
It's like, no, where's your math coming from, man? But let me get my prequel out. Oh, go ahead, man.
No. I was moving us on.
All right, my sentiment on the prequels, I'll wrap it up fast in that prequels do never need to be made for a well-established and already loved character that you know what the fuck you need to know.
Well, usually
like
because with a prequel though, you also have to. You're going to change the actor because it has to be a younger person, and unless you do a lot of CGI, which looks funny, you know.
Here's the thing: if people don't look at you and look at the character and go, I wonder how he got here. Don't make a fucking prequel. No one looked at Darth Vader and gave a fuck about Anakin Skywalker. Everybody loved Darth Vader. When they tried to go back and tell his story, they fucked up. They should have just left him. Because part of the thing was he was so mysterious and dark. Then you tried to justify and explain him. And they do that with a lot of prequels. They'll go, here's an awesome movie or character that's dead. Yeah, I know I said I'd wrap it up. It's dead, and now we're going to tell you how he got to this. And you're like...
Look, I know that there's a good prequel out there. I just can't recall it. So if y'all leave a comment of prequels that were good, it will help me sleep better at night when I remember.
I know, because I'm sitting here going like, somebody did it right somewhere.
Yeah.
But it probably wasn't a movie. It probably was a series or something.
17. Co-op games.
Oh, how I missed these. Come on, man. Who didn't grow up with it?
No,
Sitting
man.
with your friends.
Well, no, okay, so co-op, though, I mean, like, of course, growing up, console gaming was, I was more prevalent in console gaming than PC gaming. And, I grew up with brothers, so there's a lot of co-op gaming going on.
I heard you knew a lot of brothers back in the day, man. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
But no, so there was a lot of co-op gaming going on there because we only had one system you could play on. So, it was...
Bolt-a-tap. Remember that?
Yeah, it was either you find a game that's co-op or you don't
fucking play.
Yeah, so...
It's what drove me to PC gaming is the death of co-op. Co-op became so hard to find that at one moment I looked up and realized that none of the games I were playing were co-op anymore because they had just stopped doing it. And by co-op, we mean co-op. We don't mean online multiplayer. We mean co-op. Like, two people playing the same game. It's okay if it's over online and you two are saying, like, I'll get it in a minute. You lose the name of the game. But, real co-op. Not MMO, not multiplayer.
Was it me and you, or was it me and WC that was playing that? What is it? The two of us or whatever, or one?
No.
It was a shooter game, but it was a two-man
Army of Two.
Army of Two.
Oh yeah, that game was so terrible but so fun.
That was me and you. Okay, yeah, that was fun. That was a good one.
Air guitar. That game was awesome. But that's a perfect example of how a game can be great without having to be great. The co-op made the game.
Yeah. Well, another thing that made was me and Damien used to play these as well. Is those D&D and where you could have up to I think 4 people, but they were sort of Diablo-esque console games.
I played a few of those.
It's a
something
Dungeons.
of Heroes.
Yeah, it's a Dungeons.
Gauntlet style. I mean, Gauntlet was the original. Gauntlet was the predecessor that said, grab controllers, you got 4 people running around this damn dungeon.
Yeah.
But EverQuest put out a version on console that was that style. And
Gears of War, I'm going to take on Gears of War, Halo, these games were beloved by my friends because of the co-op. I don't think I would have actually liked any Gears of War game if it wasn't that I got to sit down and play with my friends. By itself, it was boring as shit. I didn't really enjoy it.
I mean, you brought up ESO, and me and Damien talked about this too. And
it's no fun playing it by yourself.
Honestly, we would have been happier if they would have just taken that and made it a co-op game. Because I could have cared less about all those other fuckers.
Yeah, I know. I had fun when I was playing with you guys.
Take Skyrim, allow me to have a second friend of mine in Skyrim, and I would have been...
I don't even have to be the fucking Dragonborn. You can be the Dragonborn. Just let me play, man. It's fun.
Yeah, man.
I was running around with a sword anyway. I forgot I had dragon shouts.
I like good co-op.
I played Skyrim without even using dragon shouts.
Yeah, you can forget you have them easy.
Well, no. I set out to actually play it without all that bullshit. I'm just a regular dude.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun. But it would have been a lot more fun to just run around a regular dude with Xeno. Or even
Xeno, get the dragon soul, I got it! And stab look at the head while he eats the soul.
To me, if Bethesda would do that, I don't know if I'd play anything else.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we play Diablo 3 as much as we do.
They put out a co-op Elder Scrolls game, they may put everybody out of fucking business. Because I could not imagine wanting to play anything else.
Dude, give me an Elder Scrolls and give me a Fallout game.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Oh my God. I would shit myself if I could play Fallout.
I know.
Dude.
I would, people that lose their fucking jobs.
I would not play other games.
Yeah, man. Fallout and Skyrim. I can just see us, in Fallout. We're building up our settlement. I'm up on the roof, adding some shingles.
I'd be taken, man. I'd be straight up taken. He's got his guns. I just got a super sledge. We're on like meat.
Yeah. Q comes back into town with his kill for the day. Food!
There you go.
I killed a Deathclaw with my brass knuckles. By the way, that is fun. Beating a Deathclaw to death with fucking your hands.
Oh.
So,
all right.
Bethesda.
Yeah, make a good co-op.
Make it happen.
Good co-op.
Don't even make a new one. Just co-op. I'll play co-op Fallout 4 or Skyrim.
Yeah.
I will play those co-op. I don't even have to get a new game.
There you go.
God, I want that. I hate you. I want that so much.
Hey, Google, roll me a d20.
Rolling a die with 20 faces. The result is 10.
All right, what is retro gaming?
I swear
we talked about retro gaming some, but then we were like,
what qualifies?
What qualifies as retro gaming? I mean, we're in 2017 here. When we talked about retro gaming, we talked about Atari, and Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean the first thing that comes to my mind is Mario, man. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing.
I remember Dragon Warrior. I mean, I go all the way back to Nintendo. I don't even go to Super Nintendo. I go all the way back to Nintendo when I think retro.
Yeah, I go to Atari, Chopper Command.
But I mean, what do you feel? So what do you feel then? Where does retro start? When does it become retro?
1999 and back.
That's further up than I expected.
Yeah, that actually includes Super Nintendo?
Definitely includes
and
maybe
64,
Genesis.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I think Genesis. Mm-hmm. Wow, you got a bigger retro list than me.
Yeah.
I've
heard people reference 007 GoldenEye as a retro gaming.
Mm-hmm. The reason that I say that though is I take a lot of things into account: graphics, platforms, system requirements, things of that nature. All right.
Yeah.
Because, and I believe that I had mentioned this the last time we were talking about it or something, and I was like, I like the Half-Life games, and I like the original Doom, Duke Nukem, Quake, and all that. And there was one that we were talking about that I had gotten. It was some sci-fi game, not BioShock, System Shock.
System Shock.
And I loaded up System Shock. I was going to play System Shock, and I could not do it.
Too retro.
I
want to go back to Pools of Radiance, man. Oh, I remember that. Mm-hmm. But
now, on just real quick, on the other hand, Baldur's Gate I can play 24/7.
Dude, Baldur's Gate's D&D. It's like playing D&D.
But that's because I'm not looking at the graphics. I'm looking at the game itself. But that's why I say from 1999 and back. Go ahead, Q.
I'm going to throw in one of the ones that's going to be a nice little sore point with you people. Because where I get a problem is that people say that Sonic, they go Sonic the Hedgehog's first game, they call that retro. That isn't retro to me. Like, to me, that was part of the newer gen. I hate when people go retro Sonic games. Sonic never was retro. By the time Sonic came around, graphics and game systems were past the retro stage. I'm a 16-bitter. Super Nintendo was as far back as I'm willing to go, and even then, I felt that Super Nintendo games were starting to get pretty advanced by then. To me, I go back to 16-bit, 16-bit, 8-bit games were what I thought were retro. With the technology, the reason why is because look at Dragon Warrior. It was a fun game, but they had so little to work with. It's like taking away from them when you let a game like Sonic that had a lot more muscle get the retro tag when people had to program Dragon Warrior with barely nothing to fucking work with. This system was weak. They made a massive RPG out of a Nintendo game. Zelda, massive quest, lots of dungeons and secrets. Nintendo game. Making an awesome game by the time Sonic came around was easy. You had the fucking resources to do it.
But retro has nothing to do with the quality of a game or how hard it was to make. I mean, it's a time scale, right?
Well, yeah, and I started my time scale back when they had shit to work with. Like, I don't start my time scale from when the tech was getting easy and more advanced.
All right, that's a weird way of looking at time, I guess. But we'll
Time's
agree to
more like
disagree.
a fabric.
It's
Wibbly wobbly,
timey wimey.
Nerds.
Oh God, that was horrible. So yeah, thanks for watching. Not really though. Thanks for watching. This is what show are we on?
I believe it's Random Encounters. Maybe.
Check down in the description below. We have all of our links to our social networks: Facebook, Patreon, Google Plus, all that good stuff. So you can check us out there. And be sure to subscribe, like, tell your friends, all that good stuff.
And toss us some prequels. Now, I'm really curious about that.
Yeah,
I wanna see
definitely
something.
be sure to comment. And also, if there's a topic you want to hear us discuss, throw it down in the comments and we'll add it to the list. You know, if we like it.
Whoop. Man, keeping a straight face to retro wibbly wobbly was hard. Retro wibbly, you said so. Retro wibbly wobbly, and I'm like.